What is commutators? What is brushes? What is the need for commutator? What is the need for brushes? Okay. Then next thing is as usual supply. That is it's a single phase and three phase supply is there, but in DC motors only one single phase supply. Okay. Next is starting of the motor. So initially in a AC motor, generally it is a self-starting motor, but few cases it needs some starting mechanisms. Okay, but in DC motors it's always self-starting motors, so there is no need of starter for that. That is why the DC motors and other motors are available or used in industries and electrical vehicles like that. Okay, so next thing is armature characteristics. In AC motors the armature is stationary while the magnetic field is rotates, but here armature is, that means in DC cases, DC motor cases, armature is rotates while the magnetic field remains stationary. Okay, so please understand, magnetic field is rotates, armature is stationary in AC, but in DC it's exactly opposite. That is armature is rotate and magnetic field remains stationary. Okay, so input terminals R, Y, B, three phases are three terminals. Here only two terminals, one is positive and negative. Okay, next is speed control. Speed control of an any AC motor, it's maybe something difficult, or that's the challenge in AC motors. But in DC motors, speed can be controlled easily by just changing the armature windings current. Okay. So next, load changes. If sudden any changes in the loads, the AC motors will provide some moderate or slow response to the load. But in DC motors, produce dramatic changes. If suddenly any load is changes, DC motors performance will be changes. Okay, that's a major difference between these things a lot. And life expectancy, that is why this AC motors generally used in our homes. Actually, for if suddenly load of power is very low or input power is very low, even the motor is adjusted to run or something like that. But in DC motor cases, that's not, the spark is going to produce us. Okay, so next thing is life expectancy. In that, since we don't have any brushes and commutators in AC, so they are very rigged and high life expectancy. So brushes and commutators needed much maintenance, so it may able to produce sparks also. So due to that, the life of the DC motors may be reduces. Okay, the next thing is efficiency. um, any motors, any machines, there is losses is there, but if you are reducing the losses, we can improve the efficiency, because we know the relation between efficiency is output power divided by input power plus losses. Okay, so what kind of losses we know about motors is like eddy current and core losses, mechanical losses. These are all losses are there that we will discuss detail in further topics, coming further topics. But here just to remember, due to induction current loss and motor slip, the efficiency of the AC motor is less compared to DC motor. Here the efficiency is high because there is no slip and there is no induction current is losses also. Next, maintenance. As usual in construction, brushes and commutators are there, so it need it is not there in AC motor, so it need not much maintenance. But in DC motors, it requires excessive maintenance due to the presence of brushes and commutators. Okay, so where it is used, we will discuss we discussed actually these applications of AC motors and DC motors also. But generally, in cases wherever the need for high speed and variable torque, but here in DC motors where we need variable speed and high torque, we can use DC motors. Okay. Practical, it is used at home as well as large industries. It is used in small domestic applications. Okay, so these are the major differences. So I just recall the previous, that means what are the points we discussed. First point is as per definition. The next point is types, and third point is current input. What is the input supply we are using in AC and DC? And the fourth thing is construction, that is commutator and brushes. And the fifth point is input supply, maybe phases, single phase or three phases in that case. And sixth is starting, whether starter is needed in AC or DC. Okay. Then armature characteristics, that means whether the magnetic field is rotate or armature is stationary like that. Okay. Then input terminals R, Y, B, and here we are using only positive and negative terminals. Then speed control. Speed control is difficult in AC than AC motors. Speed control is very easy in DC motors. And load changes. It's slow response variation for the load in AC machines, but here DC motors it shows a quick response. It's a dramatic changes if the load is changes. Okay. Then life expectancy and life expectancies means based upon the commutator and brushes it may able to spark produces sparks or losses like that. So life become less in DC motors compared to AC motors. Okay, efficiency is less in AC motors, here it is very high. Maintenance is also less in AC motors, but due to brushes and commutator maintenance is very high. And applications wherever high speed and variable torque is needed, we are going for AC motors. Wherever variable speed and high torque is needed, we are using DC motors. Okay, so these are the major differences between AC and DC motors. Okay, so again, if anyone is asking the difference between AC motor and DC motor, please mention all these points because we are all using this. It is working in AC supply, it is working in DC supply. Please don't give that same answers. Just make you all to understand these things and give some differences like this. Okay.